Hello, hello. Today we are going to bake together. We're going to make a recipe from my website. We're going to make the strawberry peanut butter thumbprint cookies. If you haven't gone to my website yet, it's so convenient. It's just healthbyal.com. I have tons of recipes and I currently have no ads on the site, and I always just write a short little paragraph, one photo, and then the recipe so that you're not scrolling and having pop-up ads everywhere. It's just super convenient. So if you want to make the recipe, I will link that in the description below. I don't have strawberries, so we're gonna do raspberry instead. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, we have our ingredients for the chia strawberry jam that we're doing raspberry jam today. And I love this recipe because I feel like so many desserts are chocolate based, which I love chocolate, don't get me wrong, but it's just kind of nice to have a more fruity or non-chocolate dessert to make. I feel like this is just a fun one for the holidays too. So you're gonna get a small little pot or saucepan to make the jam. I'm using this, and then you're going to add your frozen, or you could use fresh also, berries. And I'm actually gonna half this recipe because I just feel like a little treat. I don't want to have a ton on hand, so I'm doing half a cup of frozen raspberry. You can do 1 cup if you're doing the full recipe. Gonna add those in. And next is chia seeds, 1 tablespoon, but we're just gonna do half since we're having it. And then a little bit of honey, or you could do maple syrup also. All the recipes on my site are plant-based, but some do have honey that you can always change that up, so it's no problem. And then we're going to put this on the stove. Okay, so I realized I actually did not even follow my own recipe. So normally I will heat the berries on the stove and then blend them, because I usually do the strawberries, and then I stir in the chia seeds and honey. But I forgot that since I'm changing it, I'm just doing the raspberries, and they mash really easy, so they don't need to be blended. So I just combined it all. Okay, so they're already thawing really nicely. You can see I've been mashing them, and it's pretty much become a chia seed jam already. So what I'm going to do is put this in the fridge, and that'll kind of let the seeds expand a little while. So we're gonna put this in the fridge while we do the cookie base. Our jam is mashed and done. I put it in a jar, and we're gonna refrigerate this. It's best if you refrigerate it for 45 minutes. You could do like 30 and it would be fine, maybe even 20, but we want those chia seeds to expand a little bit and just make it a little more jam-like. Now we're ready to make the cookie base, so we're going to use some oats, your favorite peanut butter. I like to make it with one that's just peanuts. I get this one from Costco. And little tip, store your natural peanut butter upside down in the fridge. It helps it be like a normal texture, more like the Skippy type of texture, instead of super runny or chunky at the bottom. And then you're going to want either maple syrup or honey. I'm using honey today because I'm out of maple syrup, but they both taste pretty much the same. So since we're having this, I'm going to do 1 cup of oats instead of 2. And you could simplify this by using oat flour, but I just don't usually have that on hand. So I'm just going to get like rolled or old-fashioned oats, pretty much anything except Coach's oats. And then you're going to add that to a food processor or a blender. I'll show you what the texture looks like. So now it is ready to add to the bowl. I'm going to pour that in. Okay, next we're going to add our honey or pure maple syrup and our peanut butter. I did half of a third of a cup. I just eyeballed it, but for the normal recipe you do a third of a cup. Okay, next we're going to add the peanut butter. I'm adding a third of a cup. So this is the texture of the dough. You can mix it with your hands a little bit, it makes it easier, but see, it's a really nice moldable texture. Okay, the dough, or the jam is done. We're gonna preheat the oven to 350, line a baking sheet with parchment paper, and form the cookies. Okay, we've got the dough. I'm gonna form them into 6 balls. I'm gonna form them before I smash them with my thumb, just to make sure that I have the dough even. Then I can add more or take away. I've got the 6 cookies and I'm just gonna smash it down with my thumb and kind of also hold it together at the same time. It might crack a little bit, but that's okay. You can kind of mold it back, and you want it to look like this. So we've got the cookies, the jam is done. The jam looks like this once it's thickened. It has a nice texture. Can you, my baby? And you're just gonna get a little bit of jam and add it into that thumbprint that you made and just spread it out evenly. You can add kind of a lot. Those are done. Now they're gonna go in the oven and bake for 10 minutes. Okay, the cookies are done. You want them to have a nice little golden bottom. Since they're hot, I'm gonna cut it. Show you what they look like. This is the inside. These are just a really fun treat and pretty healthy. And yeah.